Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be tackling this stonework plinth. There's a few ideas I'd like to try, but I won't lie to you, I've been scratching my head quite a bit since the last video, but I think I've come up with something that will look authentic and work, so let's try it. Not so sure about that way, too much of an overhang. Maybe if I tried them left to right. Obviously level them off, but that's the better way to go, I think. Just like angle. Stand back and take a look. That's better. So here's the plan. I'm going to run a few courses, what we call creasing tiles, but they're roofing tiles, across the base there, set them in some line. On top of that, we're going to go with a nice piece of oak, the same as that vertical post there. We'll tie into the bottom of the post. We'll come across there. We'll pick up just left to the tiles there. That way that'll give me a nice foundation for the continuation of the wall. Basically it will just continue across here, terminate about there. Now in my guesstimations that should be roughly level once we get some lime in there. Yep, that's workable. Got a bit of a tolerance underneath them. But that will pick up with the underside of the steps here, done in a previous video. It was these steps here. And then just on the risers, you can see I've used the tiles. Now, I haven't finished this. It needs to be brushed back so it exposes more of the tiles, but you get the idea. Again, just using what I've got to hand. You know, it's what they would have used, you know, tiles that have fallen off the roof, spare tiles. As they constructed things, they looked around and see what they could use. Well, I've done the same. So fast forward a few hundred years, a few new techniques chucked in as well, but basically it's looking how it would have been done. So if you can imagine, this will be my new timber. The depth will roughly be the same. It'll sit somewhere around there, and what that will do, it will create a void behind it. So what I'll do once the timber's in, we'll backfill that with some limecrete, and that will just be an additional support to the base of this wall. I'm not too concerned really about this now. We've got the big stone steps there holding that vertical pillar. There's a good foundation underneath this vertical timber here, and the other side in the barn where the floor is considerably lower, I've built a massive retaining wall. So I'm now, you know, happy that this is not going anywhere. Timber in there, and then that'll allow me to step back for whatever I'm going to use in here. Maybe the doors, not so sure about it. I don't really want to cannibalise such beautiful doors. After all, they've come from a beautiful old convent, so I want to put them to good use. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Right, now let's find a suitable piece of wood. Back out in the rain. This is an offcut. I'm not sure it's long enough, but it might just work. miserable up there. Now I did have a longer piece out there that would have reached to where I need it to be, but I see this piece and thought, if I can make this work, this would be fabulous. And the other long piece, it seems a shame to cut it down in case I need it somewhere else. So I'm always a little bit reluctant to cut these long lengths down unless I absolutely need to. Anyway, let's see whether I can make this work. Sure I can. Again, from Billy's Convent. Look at these lovely mortises cut out. Yeah, that look fantastic, I think. Let's just try it. I know it's not long enough. I could probably make it fit. I could put another stone in there. Let's have a look. Well, it certainly looks like it's always been there. I think that is our candidate. It's nice and old, same age as this cottage. It's a little bit twisted and gnarly. Yep, let's go with this. Let's spin it round, see if it looks any better. And that end? Well, we just simply carry on what we've done before. Infill and build up. But that's the plan at the moment. It may get adjusted. That's just the process. It's just the way I work with what I've got. I find it creative. And I normally end up with, you know, the best outcome. Sometimes you look at things and think, oh, maybe, but as a whole, I'll get it right. And I think this will work. So get some lime mortar mixed up, get this bedded in, see what it looks like. It's the only way to judge it. Now it's time to dry fit that new timber. I'm pretty pleased with that. Now we'll set that on some lime mortar as well. Stone in there. Set that in. Just wash the stones off. Got to be nice and clean. Now I've still got to bed the big timber on, but I just want to build up this end first. By the time I bed this down, I'll bring it up roughly about level. Doesn't matter too much, but yeah. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Brilliant. Now on to the other end. Okay, now let's find a stone to go in there. Must be one here somewhere. Yep, I found one. Got it bedded in. It's not completely finished yet. I think it looks better than a piece of added timber there. Like we say, it matches up with that post there. Okay, now let's bed that timber on. Lift it off. Put a few fixings in it, so once I put the mortar in, it holds it nice and tight. Now I'm using this spirit level for several reasons. Gives me an equal bed all the way along. Also gives me a nice clean surface of tile underneath, so I mean if I get some on there I can wire brush it back off, but this just makes things a little bit easier. After all, we can all do with a little bit of that, couldn't we? Okay, we've got some fixings in the base of the timber, so when it sits on that mortar, yeah, it'll be attached and won't go anywhere. Just move this. It's tricky getting hold of it. I won't lie, it's heavy. Where I'm squatting, it looks pretty damn good. Oh, give or take the undulation in the beam, that is spot on. Yep, we go with that. Just needs a little tap down. Get those fixings embedded into the lime mortar. I had to put quite a thick bed of mortar down because there was quite a curve in the underside of this, but hey, it's rustic. And we've also used handmade peg tiles, which are also quite undulated, but you know, that's the character and that is the style. Well, what do you think? Does it look like it could have always been there? Does it look period, fit for the job? Does it look good to the eye? That's the main test, isn't it, after all? Okay, don't forget to hit that reminder bell. See you in the next one. Bye for now.